Hello everybody, this is PotterBrony, and welcome to a very special reaction video, the Death Battle Rematch, Goku vs. Superman. I figured I would do it this way, do a face cam reaction video for this video, mainly because of how highly anticipated this is, especially among Goku fanboys, such as myself, in case it isn't obvious who I'm rooting for in this one. That said, I figured it was a great time to try my hand, see how it would come out, and see what all of you think for it. Especially considering I had just reached 600 subscribers. This isn't any kind of subscriber special or anything like that. But this is my first and maybe last face cam reaction. I'm not sure how well it's going to go. Based on how well it's received, maybe eventually I'll continue doing on specifically this way, but who knows. So enough rambling about that. Talking about the death battle now. I'm not entirely sure who's going to take this one. I know that they're using Superman, New 52 Superman, who is more powerful than the previous iteration that they had used. And I'm not sure how much more powerful. I'm also not sure how much more powerful Super Saiyan God Goku is versus the versus Super Saiyan level 4 or any of the previous ones that they had used there. So, let's just get this started. Give me one moment. I just get this started. I have been looking forward to this, so woke up just a little while ago. Really wanted to do this, and let's see here. Okay, I have it queued up, and I start the video in 3, 2, 1, go.
Goku. Superman. Titans of power, champions of unimaginable might.
Endlessly requested to fight each other. Again, he's whizzing on Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win.
Another thing, I noticed that this is a short death battle, so I'm not sure how much more into detail Wiz and Boomstick are going to go. It's definitely shorter than the previous one. Great intro so far. I've been really looking forward to this. Especially like everyone else, have seen the trailer for it, and it just looks like it's going to be an amazing fight.
Created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, Superman entered the world on the cover of Action Comics #1 in 1938. He was the first, and his success paved the way for the superhero genre. The Man of Steel is
I know he was
courageous, selfless.
I know he was from the 30s, but
Very inspirational, but man, does it get boring sometimes.
Siegel and Shuster were the sons of Jewish American immigrants and knew firsthand what it was like living in a world where they felt alien. Thus, this became the basis of Superman's story.
You know how it goes. His scientist dad found out his homeworld Krypton was getting a bit too explosive and sent his son off to Earth to save him. On Earth, Superman's Kryptonian cells can absorb solar radiation from the yellow sun, giving him awesome strength, speed, durability,
basically a quick recap of what they talked about before.
From his eyes, which can be large enough
Ran along
to
the side there.
vaporize the planet, or precise enough to perform lobotomies.
Superman was so powerful he could carry entire solar systems on his back, or obliterate them with a sneeze. But over 75 years, Superman has changed quite a bit.
No tissue in the world to stand up to that.
2 separate reboots, which we will be focusing on today. These reboots lessened his insane power, not exactly by altering his abilities, but by changing his outlook. Upon discovering his alien powers, the new Superman rejected them, unintentionally instilling mental barriers on his powers, which he would work to unlock through the rest of his life.
Sort of like when you drink too much and don't remember the night before, so you gotta spend all day figuring out how you got yourself a dozen kangaroos and married a lamp. Don't ask.
And then, in 1996,
I really want to ask, though, Boomstick.
the world changed. Dragon Ball Z came to America.
Dragon, rock the dragon, Dragon Ball Z.
12 years prior, a mangaka, or author of Japanese comics, named Akira Toriyama introduced Dragon Ball. The story of Son
Toriyama!
Goku's quest to become the greatest martial artist in the world, nay, the universe.
Like Superman, Goku was also sent to Earth from a doomed planet and possessed incredible powers. But that's pretty much where their similarities end.
Goku was primarily inspired by the Monkey King's son Wukong from the Chinese novel Journey to the West. If you have any interest in Asian culture, I highly recommend reading it. It's inspired far more than just Dragon Ball.
Throw a stone at a shelf of anime, and odds are it hits something inspired by Journey to the West. Anyway, Toriyama was smart and knew that fighting is awesome, so Dragon Ball took off like a rocket. Sooner than you can say power levels are bullshit, Dragon Ball became a hit anime and then came to America.
Literally making its own journey to the
Power levels are bullshit.
and forever changing the childhoods of many.
Very much
Dragon
are.
Ball Z became the gateway anime to many Westerners. However, since prior anime had very little success overseas due to the differences between Japanese and American cultures, the companies responsible for importing DBZ understandably feared Goku's character might seem a bit selfish and heartless to a Western audience.
Their solution? Turn Goku into Superman.
This decision resulted in some strange mistranslations, such as labeling Goku's father as a brilliant scientist.
Yeah!
As well
Yeah, I
as
remember
perhaps
that.
Goku's most famous line, which many argue actually conflicts with his true character.
I am the hope of the universe. I am protector of the innocent. I am the light in the darkness. I am truth.
That's kind of a fair point.
Alright to good, nightmare to you.
And this is where it all began. The nerd debates, the internet wars, East versus West, which hometown hero would triumph in a brutal fight to the end.
In 2002, Wizards Magazine delivered an answer. They deduced Goku would win, stating that Superman would die to a fall from the moon to the Earth.
A decade later, the website Outskirts Battledome launched, dedicated to answering versus matches. This time, Superman claimed victory. However, the chaotic debate careened out of control and eventually became banned forever.
The arguments only grew. The internet needed
Yeah,
a solid answer.
That's where we came in.
And caused so much more drama. You know, I agreed with their initial, I may not have liked it that much, but I agreed with what they thought, how it would go. They put it very straightforward, and there it was, Superman won. That's all there was to it.
However, since January 2012, Goku and Superman have continued their adventures. Superman gained an all-new ability called the Super Flare, which jettisons all the solar energy stored in his body, essentially turning him into a solar bomb. However, it leaves him completely drained of his powers for the next 24 hours. As such, he will only use the Super Flare as an ultimate last resort.
Goku
Yeah,
attained
if that
a
doesn't finish
legendary
Goku,
called
if he uses
Super
that,
Saiyan
it doesn't
God.
finish Goku, then
Despite
he's
being
screwed.
a temporary boost, Goku's body absorbed the godly power, essentially making it his new base form. Then, after mixing its power with his Super Saiyan ability, he became a Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan! Oh, come on! There had to have been a better name. Ultra Saiyan, Master Saiyan, Super Ultra, combo with Fry Saiyan, anything but that mouthful.
These new powers have naturally rekindled the ultimate debate.
Is this godly Goku powerful enough to defeat Superman? Or will this just be a repeat of the past?
Well, let's end this debate once and for all. It's time
All right, let's
for
get
the
to it.
rematch of legends.
It's time for a death battle!
And I'm gonna pause it right here. Okay, so, so they did get through that pretty quickly. recap quickly, and pertinent information only took about 7 minutes of it. Now there's 13 minutes left of actual fight and discussion afterwards, I assume. Who do I think is going to win that one? Well, again, I have no idea of what their power really is. Superman seems to have one hell of an ace in the hole with that flare technique. I forgot what it was called already. And if he uses it and catches Goku in it, then Goku's done. But if he uses it and Goku, like, I don't know, teleports out of there or doesn't get hit by it, Superman is fucking screwed. And the whole Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan thing and all of that, alright, I'm rooting for Goku. So that's going to be my choice. Goku's going to win this one. Let's just get it started right now. He's wishing him back? Is that the story they're going with? That's pretty cool. Or he's wishing back the Earth. Superman would do that if he had the Dragon Balls. I gotta give that to him. This just looks really cool so far, man.
Hey, Superman!
Son Goku, I've been expecting you.
Oh, I'm getting chills now, man. Alright, here we go.
Ready for a rematch?
I mean, this just looks amazing. Their animator that they have, or animators that they have, just really are incredible.
Stops here.
I'm impressed. I actually felt that.
You haven't seen anything yet.
Neither have you.
Oh!
With every step, an earthquake. With every breath, I could create a hurricane.
Well, look who's talking himself up.
Be thankful it is not yours.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
Not that he really needs to
You're
talk
not the
himself
only
up.
one with that kind of power.
Here we go.
Blue hair? I've seen worse.
Oh, now it's a challenge though, isn't it, Soups? I don't even know what to say anymore.
Out of my way. Take this. You can take it, can't you? You're too strong for your own good. Out of my way.
Oh.
Get off our planet!
This stops here.
right? Have you had your fun?
They have to move it to
I
a
would
city to
prefer we
destroy
don't
shit.
accidentally destroy the Earth a second time.
No, I will never back down from a fight. Ah, me! Ah, me!
Wow.
I will beat you!
Stop it! This is over! I'm sorry.
Oh. Is that it?
I believe this is the part where I say, I told you so.
But King Kai, I don't understand.
Oh well.
Can't beat him.
Sure I can. I'll just train harder than ever.
No, Goku. You can overcome any limit put in front of you, but his power has no limit. Even if you somehow found the power to surpass him, you wouldn't have anything left to aspire to. Do you truly want that?
Oh well.
Nah, sounds boring. Oops. King Kai, do you have anything to eat?
Goku, I'm trying to be serious here.
What? My stomach has limits too, you know.
No, your stomach is unlimited.
KO!
Whoa! Torches and pitchforks down. Before you start raging, please hear us out on this one, all right?
Goku is incredibly powerful, a skilled warrior, and a great character. But Superman is on a completely different level, one which really doesn't belong in versus matches like these. Sure, due to the writing style of Dragon Ball, Super Saiyan God Goku's exact limits are difficult to pinpoint. Also, Goku will likely achieve a new form in the future. It's just how Dragon Ball works nowadays. However, none of that is really a factor. Goku will always have limits, while Superman's maximum potential is limitless.
Don't believe us? Well, strap in, boys and girls.
Well,
Let's
fair
look
enough.
at how Superman breaks reality. One day, Superman was hanging out near Vega, the brightest star in the Lyra constellation.
Okay.
For the record, that's 25 light years from Earth, or 147 trillion miles.
Naturally, a crisis occurred on Earth, so Superman's photographer buddy Jimmy activated his signal watch, calling for Superman's aid. And Superman arrived in a matter of minutes!
Being a comic book, the time Superman took getting to Earth is unspecified. However, the comic never mentioned or implied any large time lapse, and he arrived as the battle was ending. Even if we seriously lowballed this feat to taking 10 minutes, Superman would be traveling over 800 trillion miles per hour, over 1,000,000 times the speed of light. But more impressively, Jimmy's signal watch operates by emitting a high-frequency sound only Superman can hear. Which means Superman heard the signal in the vacuum of space 25 light years away. That is physically impossible.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Except for Superman.
Oh, you aren't impossible? How about the time he lifted Spectre off the ground? A guy literally made up of eternity. No, not insane enough for you? Well then, how about the time Superman lifted a book of infinite pages? That's right, Superman lifted both eternity and infinity.
Though he did have some help from Wonder Woman and Shazam.
Hey Wiz, what's half of infinity? Infinity.
Regardless, they have limits in their own strength. So while they were lifting a specific set part for each load, Superman was lifting everything else, which literally means everything else. Really, Wonder Woman and Shazam didn't need to be there.
Superman's held a black hole, survived an explosion equal to 50 supernovas, flew to the center of a red sun, which is like tanking millions of nukes rapid fire, and once easily absorbed enough solar energy to vaporize half a galaxy. And to put an end to the Wizards magazine argument, here he is getting thrown from orbit into Earth with enough force to devastate the planet and cause nuclear winter. Oh look! He stood up moments later, more pissed off than hurt. Oh, and by the way, none of this was pre-crisis.
Believe us, we know none of this makes any logical sense.
And hey, it's not our fault. These writers just keep making Superman the most impossibly OP guy ever. That's kind of what he's all about.
Exactly. Superman isn't just a sketch on paper. He's an ideal. Superman and Goku are more than just characters. They inspire. They show us the best of what we can become. This is why people get so passionate about this debate.
Goku's the epitome of a self-made man.
That's a pretty good point.
Personal goals. He inspires people to work hard to achieve dreams. To many, Goku is proof that there is no struggle that cannot be overcome.
And the world of Dragon Ball fits this mold. Every obstacle Goku faces in Dragon Ball has a limit he can overtake. Even those called gods in his universe can be defeated and surpassed.
And that is where Superman breaks this matchup. His world just doesn't fit the same mold.
Superman is an all-powerful being who is only weak to alien radiation and supernatural magic. He is not meant to be relatable. He is not meant to lose. While Goku's story is one of a man trying to be the best warrior he can be, Superman's is the story of a god trying to live amongst men. It's not about if he loses a fight, but whether or not he's doing the right thing. That's why he stands for truth, justice, and freedom. That's why he doesn't wear a mask. That's why he's called the Superman.
That's,
But hey, we know some of you out there have some questions, so let's knock them out of the park right now.
Technically, if Goku could find a way to draw energy across multiverses, his Spirit Bomb could possibly achieve the kind of limitless power to match Superman. But not only would that take way too long to charge, providing Superman with plenty of time to kill him thousands of times over, the Spirit Bomb does not hurt anyone pure of heart, like Superman.
Gohan!
Yeah.
You have to bounce it back! If you don't have any evil in you, you'll be okay.
Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan was about on par with Golden Frieza. When asked about Golden Frieza's power level at a panel, Frieza's voice actor said that since Frieza was a nice guy, it's probably 100 quintillion. Which is a pun, because power levels are nothing more than a big joke.
Superman has been beaten in battle before, when he was still learning. Saying Superman should lose because he lost to Doomsday is the equivalent of saying Goku should lose because he was one shot by Raditz. We are looking at these characters at their maximum potential, not from some random point in their timelines.
Goku may have divine ki now, but it's still ki, not magic.
Ki may be spiritual in nature, but it's still a natural source of living energy even Superman possesses. In fact, Dragon Ball emphasizes a clear difference between ki and magic.
And if Goku did destroy the sun or the planet, he can't survive in the vacuum of space. Superman can and could always just fly to another yellow sun, or even a blue one, which boosts his powers even faster.
Ultimately, Goku versus Superman comes down to a difference of limits and purpose. What happens when you pit a man with the power to break any limits against a being with no limits in the first place? Well, only one has limits to give at all. But that's exactly what makes him such a memorable character.
It's exactly what you said in the first
Goku
one.
that was as powerful as Superman? Would you even want him?
The winner is Superman.
Fucking Superman.
So quit your bitching.
Next time
Is essentially what they're saying. Is he's never gonna win against Superman. This is from Sonic, I guess.
Hey everybody, I'm Chad, I play Boomstick. I'm Ben, I play Wiz. And thank you guys so
I don't
much
know
for
the
watching
Sonic series that much, but it looks
episode.
similar to that.
Like and subscribe. We worked really hard on this
Okay.
one. Especially that guy over there, Animator Torian. Hey, Torian! This is what he's like. All this man does is animate. Anyway, he works really hard.
He does a really good job. Other than
So
that.
wonderful animation by Torian. But next time, Knuckles is next. But who's he going to be facing?
Knuckles.
You can find out by
Okay.
sticking to our social media at Screw Attack on Twitter and Official SA on Facebook. Yep, so go like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.
Alright, so the battle was a little was kind of short, and that was the thing, I guess. It was that was is the only reason I said I thought Goku was going to win, because I wanted him to win. I actually didn't really think that. I didn't know who was going to, but then they just really reiterated the whole point that Superman is limitless. And bit of a disappointment, yes. But, you know, they really got to put this argument to rest. Enough already. I agree with them on that one. Enough already. It's over. I agree with what they said here. Everything that happened here. It's done. Superman wins. As disappointing as that may be, if they ever face it, that is the simple fact. So, thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this. Let me know what you think of the face cam reaction. And yeah, I'm just gonna end this one here. Take care.